Hello, Joshua. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for talking with Eric. He sent your website on to me for analysis. And well, that's what this video that you're watching is. I've looked it over and I found that you guys are losing out at this point to 10 key remodels, at least in that part of your business. They are taking customers that you could have. I'm going to show you how and why. All of it is already contained within your website. You don't have to change much except what's in your website already. And I'm going to show you that you can, these are simple things that you could make the changes immediately. This afternoon, if you like. Now, the first thing I need to tell you is that you're sort of ahead of your time in that you have a lot of different things that you do. And unfortunately, because of the way the internet is set up, you don't have enough information about each of the things to actually be able to draw people in. Now you have these broad strokes up here. I mean, they couldn't be more different. Carpentry versus masonry versus tree service. Now there are obviously companies that do all of those, but here is the thing. You also have a gallery that shows some of your work. But this is what people see when they log in, which is, for instance, this one, which has a bunch of palm leaves, which are generally not native to Oklahoma City. So, you know, people are looking at this and they're saying to themselves, why am I looking at these pictures that they have not really done the work on? Because anybody can put up a pretty picture. What you're really hoping to do, I mean, you spent a lot of money on this website. You probably approved what was going on it, and you know, that's not a bad thing. Like here, this one, trees. Having a picture of trees is great for tree trimming. That's exactly what you want. But when it comes to the actual work of remodeling, you actually want to have your photos present. And unfortunately, you're going to have more than this number of words in order to describe that. And you also have house waterproofing, which you do drainage for outside. So there's a lot of things that you guys do that are not sufficiently explained on your website. And that is why you are not getting the visitors to your site that you should be. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is that aside from looking it over and sort of mulling it around for a bit, I have a paid service that I use. It's called Ahrefs. I subscribe to this service. It gives me the metrics of your site, how it's been performing over the last couple of months. And I've got to show you this right from the very beginning. You have a lot of zeros here. And this is the worst one, traffic. Meaning this is the number of people who have visited your site as the result of a Google search, and I am going to tell you why that hurts you and how it has helped them. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is that I have done a Google search for Oklahoma City, Oklahoma remodeling, and obviously that's not all you do, but I can't really search for remodeling masonry tree service because that's kind of not how people search on Google. Now, the reason I'm doing a Google search at all is because Google is responsible for 96% of the traffic on the internet. That's a tremendous amount of monopoly, I guess. If you did 96% of all the tree trimming in Oklahoma City, people would come knocking on your door and say, what is going on here? And probably slap some cuffs on, but Google's too big for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what I'm talking about and do so by explaining this results page of this search on a Google page. Now, the first thing I need to tell you is that Google loves content. And here's the first thing you need to know. I'm going to take your site. This is your home page. And I am going to copy and paste it into this word counter. And you have 318 words. I'm going to do the same here with 10 key, copy and paste. There we go, 894 words. Now, This is what I have to tell you. Everything on the Google website, all of the results are they are determined, excuse me, by the Google algorithm. And the Google algorithm was designed by Google in order to give its customers, its search customers, the most relevant results. And that's one of the ways that they became number one was, over the other, long forgotten search engines. These folks managed to bring you to sites that were actually relevant. And the way they did that was by having a formula that searches the internet and makes those decisions. And that's what the Google algorithm is. Now, it looks at all of the sites, yours and your competitors, and that's how it determines what should be on the site or not. Now, the reason that I did the word count is because Google has no other way of knowing how informative your site is other than to count the number of words. The more words, the more information. That's the only thing that they can rely on because they don't actually analyze the words themselves. Maybe with AI coming out now, they will start to do that and maybe we will see a change. But for now, all they can do is count the words, and the more words wins, in other words, because that it means more information. But all words are not equal. So that's where this sort of divides into part A and part B. Here are your keywords, again, 0. And here are 10 key remodeling. They have 596 keywords. Now, keywords are something that Google expects you to have on your website because they are words that they have taken from your website and that of your competitors, and they know who your competitors are because they come up in a Google search. They have a lot of the similar elements in them, a lot of similar words. So, and that's what Google is. It's a word search. I mean, that's exactly what it does. It doesn't search pictures. It doesn't search customer satisfaction. It doesn't do any of those metrics. All it does is look at words, really. At 596, you have a little bit of catching up to do from 0, and I'm going to show you what their keywords are. Now, obviously, we can eliminate anything that has their actual name in it, but bathroom remodel, home remodel, Nichols Hills, I assume, is somewhere in your service area. House remodeling, Nichols Hills, kitchen remodel, OKC. You can see that there's a lot of difference here, but they're all very similar. And you and I know they're similar because you and I know that kitchen remodel Auburn is the same as, kitchen remodel, where did I see it? OKC, because they're close enough. But the algorithm does not know about geography. It doesn't know about maps. It doesn't know anything. It's just taking things from your and your competitors' websites and matching them up. And whatever appears the most becomes the keywords. Now, it doesn't also know that things are similar, so it doesn't really put words in. It doesn't switch the word order. In other words, kitchen remodel Auburn to it is not the same as remodel kitchen Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have that amount of intelligence. It literally is looking for things in the order that it finds them. And that small variation could be, to it is 2 different searches. Now, if I go down further, you can see contractor's garage, luxury bathroom. These are all the sorts of phrases that are getting people to come to this website. Fairfax kitchen remodel. Design build contractors near me. Now they have another 14 pages of this. Now if they're good enough for them, they're good enough for you for sure. So that's what the value of this thing is. Then a way to integrate these little phrases organically into your site is exactly what you would be hoping for in order to improve your standing in the Google search page. Now, the next thing I need to tell you about is backlinks. Backlinks is where your site appears on somebody else's site and there is a link back to you. So in other words, like Yelp. In your case, let's see here, you are on mylocalservices.com with a domain rating of 66. That's great. That's a nice start. but you want to have more than one. This is what 10 key remodels have. They have 183. So a bit more than the one. But again, this handy tool of mine shows me what those sites are. Home Advisor, Proven Expert, Yellow Pages, Here.com, Porch.com, This Old House. All of these are simple enough to get on, and you want anything that is rated 70 and above. Now these ratings, this is the domain rating. It shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile compared to the other websites in their database. And this is a scale of 0 to 100. And what this means is that these folks at Home Advisor have a lot of backlinks themselves. In other words, there are 97,000 plus other sites that have a link back to Home Advisor where they say, if you need help, look at Home Advisor. So that makes them a site that is more trustworthy in the eyes of Google. Same with Proven Expert, 82,000. I don't know why Crunchbase is in there. It's not a home remodeling site at all. But Yellow Pages is obviously something a lot of people use. So there's a lot of these in here, and you can get on them as simply as filling out a profile. Now, I'm going to go back to the Google search here for a moment, and I'm going to explain more about how this works. On this search page, you have at the top here some that are sponsored. That means they paid their way there, and that can be a good strategy for some businesses. Underneath that, we have what we call the map pack. Now, these folks have done something that the other folks down here did not do, and that is they filled out a Google business profile. Now, that is the first step in order to becoming part of the Google world, if you will. Google wants you to become part of their stuff. So they have this Google business profile. You fill it all out, and you fill it out thoroughly and exactingly and precisely, and anything that has an LY at the end of it, because they are a computer company. They want things done as precisely as they can be done. And having done that, they are rewarded with this spot up here underneath in the map pack. And that's not a bad place to be. It is not the best place to be, even though it's near the top. This is the best down here. This is what we call the organic search result area. And as you can see, a bunch of these are lists. Better Business Bureau, House, Angie's List, Home Advisor. This is the first actual contractor that I find, 10 Key Remodels. That's why I went to them. That's why they are here, and why I chose them as your competitor. Next bit is where the rubber hits the road. Your traffic last month was 0. Their traffic was 165. That means they had 165 visitors to their site. That is up 20 from them 2 months ago. I don't know how many of these visits actually turned into a paying customer. I don't have that information. It's not possible to get, in fact. But I can tell you this, that in terms of odds, they had 165 times more opportunity to have somebody who visits their site become a paying customer. And that's what I'm passionate about, is making sure that your website actually becomes something that is a tool of your company that brings you business and brings you money. Now, all of these things that I've told you about, you can implement right away. 1, a Google business profile. 2, more and better backlinks. And 3, more and better keywords. And you can implement these right away. Now, we can also help you make these changes, and that would be with the goal of getting more new customers. Now, Eric will be following up with you to get some feedback about what you think about what I've told you in this video, and I just want to thank you for your time, Joshua. I know it's hard to run a business and look at all of this stuff on the outside of what you actually are passionate about yourself. So thank you for sticking with me, and have a great rest of your day.